Well, as we get into this afternoon, again, it's been a little bit of a struggle to warm up north. The rest of us have at least worked our way into the 30s here. Some of us back into those lower 40s down south. But again, we're going to be turning our attention to that brutally cold temperature that's going to be your temperatures that are headed our direction as we get into this weekend. But before that, could pick up a few flurries here as we get into the next few hours here. I'm thinking anywhere from about 2 to 5 o'clock or so. You might be seeing a few of those flakes flying, but still, it doesn't look like it's going to be enough to cause any issues as we get into our Friday evening commute. What could cause some problems is, again, what's going to be headed our direction on Saturday. That's a little more widespread, more accumulating snow as we get into the first day of this week. And here's how FUTURETRACK has this all unfolding, and this is the latest look here as we get into tomorrow and then tomorrow afternoon. Likely going to be seeing some pretty impressive snowfall rates, at least for a brief period in time. We see some of those darker blues typically right when it changes over. We can see some of those more impressive snowfall rates. But one thing we're going to be tracking here over the next couple of hours is exactly whether or not this thing's going to keep wobbling. This is another look at kind of the same idea, just a different run time of the same model. And again, not a whole lot of difference. That's what we like to see, but this is kind of another solution, is that low pressure system's coming in a little bit further to the south. So it looks like it's been trending a bit further north, and what that'll ultimately mean if that trend holds, we might mix in a little bit more of that rain in some of our southern counties and not be as concerned about some roadway condition issues as we get into tomorrow afternoon. Ultimately, though, it may hurt us here having any sort of precipitation out on those roads as fast as we cool off. I'll show you that here in a second. But latest run of snow tracker, and again, 1 to 2 inches where this snow is falling is what we're thinking, and we're starting to move that snow line up a little closer to that Highway 50 corridor. I think anywhere along and north of Interstate 70 is going to be seeing probably the heaviest of this snow here, or at least the heaviest of the amounts. But again, really, it's not the amounts that we're concerned about. It's just that it's falling, and when it's falling, these temperatures come crashing back down. Again, the cold is still the biggest threat with this system as we get into Saturday night and Sunday morning. And here's how fast it could unfold here. Let us look at FUTURETRACK again. Watch how fast we can fall here. Just pick one location, let's say California, hanging out at 27 degrees by 1 o'clock, and we fall all the way down to about 10 degrees below zero as we get into the early morning hours. So it happens quick here as some of that cold air comes rushing back in, even as we get into the evening hours. So it's going to happen quick here as we get into tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon and evening. And then once it moves in, it's likely going to be here to stay. It's going to be one of those long-term visits from Old Man Winter, it looks like, as we get into next week. Again, running about 15 to 20 degrees colder than we should be this time of year. Looking at that ABC 17 Storm Track 7-day forecast. Again, when it's this cold, we don't need much to pick up some snow chances. Starting to zero in on another one that could be moving in early next week. Starting to think about Monday into Tuesday. Might be looking at another shot at picking up some accumulations around mid-Missouri.